Best park in the city?
I think the park that goes along the Humber River, absolutely incredible, natural, beautiful, fresh, lovely.
Tell us a little bit about your research.
Well, I have a lab in the Lee Cushing Institute, and we're interested in the ongoing inflammation in the brain that follows mild or severe traumatic brain injury and causes ongoing impairment of brain function. I'm also have been interested over the last 10 years in concussion research, and have led a network of researchers across Ontario in research that looks at the various factors, both endogenous and environmental, that affect the severity of concussion and how long it takes people to recover. And in the ICU, we've been doing biomarker studies, which means taking blood tests to see why during COVID, patients respond differently from each other, and other biomarker studies to see why patients respond the same or differently to other types of diseases.
And why is critical care research important?
Well, don't forget, critical care is where people come to get care to survive otherwise time-sensitive fatal illnesses. And only part of medical research is about big discoveries, single discoveries for a drug. The rest of it is about an iterative, repetitive, ongoing research into how we can do things better. And this is really important that when we look at how we do things, especially when diseases can be fatal. And don't forget, some of the research that we've done here at Unity Health over the last 10 years made a huge difference to the survival of people who had COVID. And it's that sort of thing which is really inspiring us to continually examine how we treat people so it won't be the same in 10 years from today.
What excites you about critical care research here at Unity Health?
Well, at Unity Health, I truly believe this is one of the most exciting places to do critical care in the world. I think the level of research here really puts us on the map in the top handful of sites. We have a very long history of research into how the lung is mechanically ventilated, what's the physiology, how to do that, and as I say, what we've learned here made a big difference during the pandemic. We also have people here who have been coordinating trials and networks of people doing trials across the globe. And what's exciting about that is we've embedded research platforms in low middle income countries where COVID and other pandemics have had and will have a bigger effect, and develop the capacity. And we've done that through building relationships. We also do blood-related research here in how blood clots, doesn't clot, and how to transfuse patients after in big cardiac surgery. And we really lead the world in that regard. And finally, what's exciting is that we're developing a biobank here, which means we're keeping samples so that not only scientists here, but around the world can study diseases in the future that we don't even know about today. But I think the thing that excites me a lot too is our development of how highly functional teams work in a high-stress environment and a high-stakes environment like critical care. And we hope this is going to change the human experience of healthcare. And by that, I mean not only the healthcare workers, but the patients and families too.
Okay, 10 years from now, what are some milestones or achievements you'd like to see in this pillar area?
Well, I think in parallel, there's a very, very advanced group here looking at artificial intelligence. And I hope that we will blend the research that we're doing in critical care and the way we practice in critical care with this group that's looking at artificial intelligence. And I hope most of all that not only will that help us with diagnosis and treatment, but that we will embed principles of equity and access in that artificial intelligence paradigm so that that will improve critical care for all. I think that in 10 years from now, we will be on to the next generation that will take over some of these research platforms that we have here at Unity, and we'll take them to the next level, whether that's mechanical ventilation, networks globally that are co-governed by the global south, not just the global north, We will have biobanks that are actually functioning and other scientists doing research with them. And finally, that people will know Unity for its signature highly functional team culture.